is Dakota Frandsen. When I was just 9 years old, I became submerged into a world full of mystery. For the next 6 years, I've spent my time researching the unknown, trying to solve the mysteries of my past. As time went on, my hunger to discover the truth grew to the point I founded the Paranormal Raider Force as a front to feed the growing monster. What you are about to hear are pieces of research I have done over the years, documented in the journals of my team to find out what really happens in the world. And maybe, just maybe, there's something never before seen in this. You are about to find out. This is Journals of Supernatural Adventure.
Have you ever wondered who is monitoring the anomalies that appear across the planet? There are too many reports of strange activity for questions not emerge. We know of several civilian-formed organizations that go out into the world looking for the mysteries. But have the governments of the world funded similar projects to find out what is out there? Yes, they have. In previous episodes, we have mentioned how at each point of an intersection between the triangles of the world grid, one may find one of several military establishments. But that is not enough. Ever since the Roswell incident in 1947, there are beings that have been appearing everywhere. Genuine UFOs have been spotted to silence the witnesses. The nickname for this organization? The Men in Black. No, not the Hollywood trilogy. Not the comics that the books are based off of, but the very phenomena that inspired both. Who are these strange beings? Where did they come from? What is their mission? These questions and more are coming up on Journals of Supernatural Adventure. But first, a brief message.
Is it possible that when we have passed away we can come back as a new person? Do you believe that your child may have been on this earth before, and do you have evidence to back it up? Well, here is your chance to show the world. A major cable network is looking for stories to help create a documentary on such phenomena. To aid in their search, they have asked the Paranormal Raider Force to help collect your stories. Look for guidelines on the link provided in the episode description.
And welcome back to Journals of Supernatural Adventure. My name is Dakota Frandsen. Tonight I bring out information straight from the journals of my team about a mysterious group of entities that are on the very edge of UFO study, permanently silencing those who dare take just a step further. But when did they emerge? When is it that the Men in Black first appeared in history? Some may say that it appeared in the 1940s. Others may say that in the Middle Ages, victims of witch hunts were some of the first witnesses of the MIB phenomena. Now, in order to understand this, a point must be made clear. One common theme of MIB, no matter where you look, is use of the devil's name. Now, there is no easy way to confirm these ideas presented by previous investigators of the phenomena, but the conflict of interest is still there. In Renaissance times, there are alleged encounters with what, at the time, was referred to as the Black Man. Now, before anyone shouts racism, the term Black Man was used to describe a man wearing black during this time period, not to describe a race. Now, this alleged Black Man is said to have shared intimacies with accused witches before their execution. Not knowing who this man is, there is only one explanation that in those times would have approached a common man's mind. The Black Man must be a form of none other than the devil. Other encounters of this mysterious beings continue on from there. Some believe that accounts of early vampires are forms of MIB, with these accusations being nothing more than the mere fact that these deities wore black and roamed the night. But is it possible that there is some sort of satanic connection? Here are some red flags that collected from a few eyewitness testimonies that may suggest so. The use of names that can be associated with the Men in Black can sometimes be translated to devil. Now, MIB are said to travel in groups of 3, as some may point to an unholy trinity, and the very sight of them causes people to become insane, much like a demonic possession. Yes, these kind of circumstances are coincidental, but that is only the tip of a seemingly growing iceberg. The MIB are believed to be a top-secret organization that consists of alien-human hybrids with a mission to suppress UFO activity. At first, they were nice about the job, and only took evidence collected from a UFO sighting and told the witnesses to hush up. But since a few haven't been so obliging in their orders, new measures are being taken for those who step too close to the truth. In the first encounters with the Men in Black that happened shortly after the Roswell incidents, these came up. It is these encounters that spark up the controversy on just about every detail about these mysterious deities. More after this brief message.
Have you or someone you know ever been in an abusive relationship with someone from your love life? In the pursuit of ending domestic abuse, the Paranormal Raider Force has joined in the creation of a book made with the intention of showing young teens the red flags of a potentially abusive relationship to prevent further loss of life in the chase for love. You can send in your stories by falsifying any names involved with your struggle. If you wish to send in your story, please read the guidelines in the link provided in the episode description.
And we are back. Welcome to Journals of Supernatural Adventure. My name is Dakota Frandsen, and tonight we expose the alleged Men in Black. The phenomenon that inspired both the comics and Hollywood films. Right now, we go to one of the very first known encounters with this mysterious organization, the Maury Island Incident. Happening 2 weeks before Roswell, near Tacoma, Washington, Harold Dahl was out at sea scavenging for drifted logs, had reported seeing 6 quote-unquote donut-shaped flying crafts in the area, one of which was malfunctioning, dropping several materials, including slag, metallic-like sheets that fluttered in the air like dropping newspapers. The falling slag damaged his vessel, injured his son, and killed the dog that was on board. The following morning, a gentleman in a black suit, whom of which Dahl believed to be a government official, invited him to breakfast. Dahl accepted the invitation. While they ate, the man relayed information of Dahl's experience before the incident was even made public. and making a promise that harm will come to his family if it is made into the public eye. Despite the threat, Dahl relayed the information to a nearby co-worker, eventually attracting the attention of military investigators who, after collecting the pieces of slag in a B-25 bomber, died in the crash, only to be found back in 2007. About a 60-year difference. Damn. Now, this is where the story gets interesting. Shortly afterwards, Dahl claims that the entire incident was a hoax. But many believe, and some say this came out of Dahl's mouth himself, that he used the excuse to protect those threatened by the entities. Is this a hoax? Here's some more information to allow for you to decide. The co-worker Dahl reported the incident was Fred Kreisman, who, in his own claims, was an experienced with paranormal phenomena. Kreisman allegedly collected pieces of the slag and through an unknown route sent it to a writer and editor of amazing science fiction by the name of Ray Palmer. While the slag was being passed around in Chicago, Palmer contacted Kenneth Arnold after his experience at Mount Rainier to investigate this case. Several meetings were held in a hotel room that is eventually being leaked to nearby media outlets by an anonymous caller. One of these meetings included two gentlemen from the Army A2 intelligence. After the meeting, they had said they needed to go back to California quickly. However, as I mentioned before, the trip resulted in their death. That plane was the B-25 that crashed. Dahl fled the meeting shortly after, citing the threat from MIB personnel. Looks like he wasn't that paranoid about the threats. Further investigation of the crash proved that sabotage was involved. But not only that, there was information presented that stated the plane was shot down by a 20mm cannon. Interestingly enough, around the site of Kenneth Arnold's experience was a Marine plane wreckage that was also shot down by the same weapon. And guess what? A military base is said to be beneath Mount Rainier that holds heavy UFO activity. Not frightened by these deaths, Dahl had disappeared. And according to FBI reports, his son ran off somewhere in Montana for reasons unknown. Now, during this investigation, as I mentioned before, there was an anonymous caller that was responsible for leaking information to the press. The caller informed that one of the witnesses will be sent to Alaska. Kreisman, a World War II veteran, was that man. Many other incidents of the Men in Black appearing after a UFO encounter have followed, but yet not all UFOs are chased after by the MIB. Admittingly, yes, some are a hoax, but there are still legitimate visitations with absolutely no MIB involvement. Plus, there have also been said that the MIB appear alongside other phenomena such as the Mothman and the Loch Ness Monster. But nonetheless, their main focus appears to be visitors from the stars. However, another phenomena in the paranormal community may suggest that the MIB may hold more than one form. And this is besides the change of costume that goes between each report. And that form would be in the very shadows they walk in. More after this message.
Are you a resident of the Snake River Plain and love a good ghost story?
Do you love to read about the stories of the supernatural events happening around the globe? Whatever your situation is, something is coming that will ease your hunger for the spookiest of tales. Coming soon, Hauntings from the Snake River Plain, featuring myself, along with stories of a lost cave, a possessed canyon, and a visit from mysterious strangers, are only some of the stories you will find in this anthology by Idaho writers. Lock the door, turn off the lights, and enjoy these haunting tales. Learn more about this book by clicking on the link provided in the episode description.
And welcome back to Journals of Supernatural Adventure. My name is Dakota Frandsen, and tonight's topic, the mysterious men in black. Is it possible that there are more than what many believe? Here is the possible evidence. The MIB are said to appear and disappear in an instant, without any evidence of them coming or leaving. Some may say that they work like ghosts. Ironically, there is a mysterious shadow being that shares too many similarities with the appearance of the MIB phenomena. Said to wear a fedora-like hat, a trench coat, and a three-piece suit. The Hat Man is another entity with unknown origins or purpose. Some say that the Hat Man also possesses red eyes, or eyes blacker than the rest of him. No one knows who or what it is. He appears enough to give some much worry. Most that see him have had their first encounter between the ages of 13 and 15. I myself have come face to face with the Hat Man, and at the very sight of it, I felt the need to defend myself. If he is connected with the MIB, I am not sure. But the way that he enters and exits matches various MIB reports, so some connection may be available. Now, speaking of MIB connections, many of you may be wondering whether or not they are government agents like how they are shown in films. My answer is no. They are an organization that is above what government that makes itself known to the public. In fact, it is quite possible that the President of the United States has no idea who they are. How is this possible? The President does not have access to much of the classified information that our government holds. In fact, there are about 20 levels of classification that the President has no access to. So by that factor, it is possible that the President has no clue of the MIB's presence, other than rumors tossed around after something from the franchise has been released. Whoever they are, whether human, alien, or hybrid, they are very high up in power. They can do whatever they want. They appear to be the hands that take care of the dirty work of several governments that have utilized such objects such as the world grid and bugs planted into our everyday electronic devices to monitor us all. Their supernatural abilities, such as appearing and disappearing without an effort, making objects disappear, or even, as some believe, killing without having to touch anyone or anything, are from a very high level of consciousness, from interlocking the very DNA of spiritual masters with that of high consciousness beings collected from UFO crashes with actual alien bodies collected from ET UFOs.
And after some sort of alien technology was found and utilized by the U.S. military to challenge Nazi weaponry during World War II and a few UFO crashes, we had our own UFOs. And a few of the UFO crashes reported were actually one of our own that wasn't put together in the proper manner. To this very day, that technology is actually being used in secret space programs and war tactics. In fact, if I remember correctly, the mysterious UFO-shaped craft that was found on the bed of a military truck driving around the DC area a while back was actually one of those very craft used in war programs, like they said, a drone. The reason why it was in the public eye was either a mistaken routing or a warning to competing countries telling them that we are ahead. Now, the men in black are in charge of protecting these very secrets of U.S. military and space tactics, which is why those of us who dare look into their work are threatened with our lives. In fact, shortly after the Maury Island incident, Kreisman was accused of being linked to the JFK assassination. Ironically, one of the rumors of why Kennedy was assassinated is the fact that he tried to release UFO information that was withheld by the government to the general public. Sounds like to me, the MIB killed Kennedy. Now, as you can probably imagine by talking about them, the Paranormal Raider Force is now under their radar. And by the release of this episode, they're going to be monitoring us just to see what we'll do next. We will inform you if our experiments to draw them out works on the video archive of this episode when it becomes available on YouTube. And please remember, my friends, the MIB are very dangerous. Be careful about what you say if you see something weird, or else you may end up with a knock at your front door. Well, time is out for tonight's episode. For spiritual advice, I offer this couplet. When legend comes to knock, open the lock. Remember it and find out its meaning when the time is right for you. Tune in on September 1st to hear about the search for Bigfoot, lost ape, or hairy extraterrestrial. Find out more on Journals of Supernatural Adventure. Good night, everyone. Hey, Mac, you're up.
If you would like to know more about the work of the Paranormal Raider Force, be sure to visit their website at frandsenfiles.webs.com. If you would like to speak with Dakota Frandsen on your show, please visit the contact page on the PRF website to look for guidelines to request an interview. By clicking on the PRF Universe tab, you can see our work online at any time. You can also purchase merchandise designed by Dakota Frandsen at www.zazzle.com/PRFlayer. If you are in the southern Idaho area and wish to have the Paranormal Raider Force investigate a claim of activity, be sure to check the Contact tab on our website for guidelines on how to request an investigation. Follow that PRF anytime on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus by either going on our links tab or by search for the team on your favorite online search engine.
Please remember, my friends, the MIB are extremely dangerous. If you see a UFO, please report it to a nearby paranormal investigation team and ask that all your information be kept secret. However, if you do report it to a public area, don't be surprised if you get a few knocks on the door late at night. They may just be the men in black. Please stay calm. Listen to what they have to say and stay low about what you have witnessed, for they are not afraid to side.